Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm going to be doing a reading. Okay? Um Un momento, por favor. All right, there goes. Let's go ahead. Hi guys. Hello, hello. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is a cycle is ending to make room for something new. Mhm. Mhm. All right. Okay. First and foremost, can a girl just breathe for a second? Let's go ahead and just, let's unlock the tea. Unlock the tea. I'm drinking some detox tea. So let's go ahead and let's pull cards that I haven't used in a while. Okay. Let's do that. First and foremost. All right. So we have everything we need to use today. Oh, I caught it. That should tell you my ninja skills are activated right now. Ninja skills are active. Things are about to get crunk. Crunk. It's about to get crunk. Okay, guys, let me quit messing around. Let me really, whew. All right. So something is going to be ending to make room for something new. Let me get all these cards ready. Okay. I'm wondering if I need to. No, we're just going to pull from the stack. While I'm getting the cards ready, y'all do me a favor. Invite your people to come and watch. I'm kind of in a mood to be rebellious to the shadow ban that I've been on for the past, I don't know, nearly 4 years. Fucking YouTube. I've been on a shadow ban for about 4 years now. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. You guys are liking my head wrap? So this is a very old head wrap. I got it from this man who has his own textile company in Nepal. I've met some of the most interesting people over the years. And I remember as I'm getting the cards ready, I remember back in 2017, I did a gem show over in Tucson. I did the big gem show. Because your girl doesn't know how to just dip her toes in. She's got to go full all the way, right? My very first gem show was a Tucson gem show, the big one. That's actually going to be coming up soon. They have it, I believe, in January. I'm not sure. Oh, no. Oh, all right. We already had it out. And so this man had the booth kind of kitty corner from me. And he was selling all of the hand woven third eye covers. I don't know if you guys remember that. I used to have third eye covers. And I had this thing about needing to always have my head covered. And instead of selling my crystals, my crystal swords, I went ahead and I was selling all of his stuff and the neighbor's stuff and the neighbor's stuff and the neighbor's stuff and the neighbor's stuff. Because that's just how I function, yo. That's just how I function. I must have sold about half of his inventory myself. And he ended up giving me a whole bunch of goodies as a thank you, and this was one of them. The last time I wore this was with my purple wig, which I found, that's how I found this. It was still attached to my purple wig. One of these days I'll show up with my wigs on. Don't worry. Don't worry, boo. You'll be able to relive um that Emmy era. Let me stop. Y'all, sometimes I be just full of shit. Is what it is. Emmy era my ass. Okay, anyways, let's get started. So, something new is going to be coming forward. This is something that you're calling into you. Okay, you're calling it towards you. You're invoking it, and what that's telling me is that you already, to some degree, know exactly what this is. It's like you know. She knows. She knows. I'm like trying to think what does this mean for me personally? It's something that you're calling in from all four directions. You're using a lot of your energy to bring this to you, to call this to you because of your desires. I don't know if you're conscious of what you desire though. That's the thing. Are you aware of what you really want in life? Or are you still in this stage of existence where you're not allowing yourself to really have a clear understanding of what it is that you actually want, right? Like, what do you want? What do you want? Are you are you feeling like if you want something, you're being selfish? Because that's a lie. That's a lie. Um, it's not that everyone else is allowed to want something except you. So quit lying to yourself about that, please. Thank you. Thank you. This is something you're calling in. Be careful because um, creation doesn't deal with the negatives, meaning it's not going to be like, oh, you don't want that, so let's not bring that. It's going to be like, oh, you're fixated on event XYZ. Okay, so you want that. Let's go ahead and give that to you. You need to be very, very careful of what you call to you. Oh, Mr. E, are you here? All right, let me just breathe. Let me breathe. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Mr. E, if you are here, please let me know because there is a message for you specifically. Concealment in reverse. So, whatever you're hiding from yourself, whatever it is that you don't want to see, that maybe someone is hiding from you, it's going to be brought out into the open. Okay, so Mr. E, I hope you don't find this offensive. I definitely was not expecting this, and I was not. I just a message is coming in for you specifically. Um, your mom is here, and she says, "Be careful of the fights that you pick." I don't know what that means. I think I have an idea of what that might mean for you. Um, be careful. Be careful. Okay. So let's see. Incubation. I think for many of us, we've been in a state of incubation where we've kind of just been um, sitting within our space and just kind of allowing our energies to percolate. Have you guys ever seen a percolator? Have you ever made coffee with a percolator? So it's this thing of like it has components inside it that create chambers, and you put your coffee grounds usually at the very bottom. Um, and as you fill it with hot water, um, the coffee will infuse into the hot water, and you push that chamber down, and it kind of confines all of the coffee grounds. So it's this thing of confining the parts of you that actually give you the most flavor, the most like it's the most crucial component of what you're creating. That's what you have been pushing down, which is fine if you allow that to infuse into all your other parts, into your energy, into your perception, into all of that, right? And with a percolator, for some percolators, you pour in the hot water. For others, you have to put it on a heat source, like you have to put it on the stove. And if you're not careful and you burn the coffee grounds, it's going to be very, very bitter. So you have to be careful about the way your passion is used right now. If you end up burning the potential, burning the connections, burning the things that, should not be burned, but instead carefully heated, you're gonna create a very bitter circumstance for yourself. So you got to be careful about that. Okay. Let's see. Yep. See, passion in reverse. If you allow yourself to become too passionate with no proper direction, good God, it's a lot of screaming. That's so high pitched. That's just so high pitched. I'm a delicate fucking human. Calm down. I don't know who's screaming. Something is screaming. Whew. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes I get sick and tired of being able to hear like this because it's just like too many people and things be taking some liberties with my. Calm down. Who is yelling? It's like this very high pitched. It's not Marlene. She's like, this is not her. I don't know. We're just gonna leave it like that. All right. Oh, is it like supposed to be, when the like kettle, the tea kettle is done? Oh, was it you? I think they're picking up on energy. She's like, oh my God, I was just yelling at the dogs. Sorry, they're tripping. I feel like it's a signifier. If you have the type of percolator where you just pour the hot water in, of course, you're going to use like a tea kettle, a teapot to heat up your water. And it's like that. It's a really high pitch, like God, out. It's a very high pitched. I'm sorry. I didn't think about anyone who's wearing headphones or earbuds or whatever you're wearing. I'm very sorry. So if this is your first time joining me, like I'm totally living chaos, you should always know to never put it high volume because that's not something I can control. Okay, so let's keep going. Remembrance in reverse. It's one of these things where whatever you're failing to remember, whatever you're choosing not to remember, this is going to repeat. If you're careful, if you pay attention, if you allow yourself to hear what's going on, like more like feel it, to be honest. If you allow yourself to do that, then you don't have to repeat the same cycles, right? So remembrance, ancestors, this is definitely something important for whoever needs to hear it. But whatever is needing to be heard is definitely being kind of like filtered. It's almost like this sense of hard-headedness. I don't know. I'm hard-headed myself. That's why I struggle through so much shit. If we're gonna be honest, that's like that's totally why I struggle through so much of my lessons, because I'm hard-headed AF. I'm not even ashamed. I've accepted it. I love the pain. Yeah, no, totally. Michael goes, really? Yeah, no, totally. I love it when you hurt me, Mikey. He's like, don't be perverted. What? He's like, he goes like this when he wants me to shut my mouth. I don't care though. Protection in reverse. Do you need protecting or do you need to stop starting shit? What was that for me? Do you I'm going to claim this for all of us. Do you need protection or do you need to stop starting shit, either in your head, in your heart, or in your environment? What is it? What is it? I don't think we necessarily need protection during this period. I think we need to be careful about the shit we start. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, I don't start shit, Michaela. I finish it. I'm the finisher. Because I am. He kind of semi laughed because I am. I'm not the starter, I'm the finisher. What? Yep. So I don't think we're needing protection. I think what we're needing to do is remember um, what it is we want to focus on. We need to remember to focus on the things that are super important for us during this period. Something is ending in order to make room for something new. You don't want that something new to be a recycled version, a recycled, upcycled version of some old caca that you're done with it. Be done with it. Like for real, be done with it. Don't just say you're done with it. Actually be done with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Cycles in reverse. It's time for that cycle to end. It's time to stop. Um, it's either like this internal battle that's going on, or it's something that you keep projecting out into your environment, or something you keep pulling in from your environment. Because for some, these cycles will involve other people, right? For others, you know, you got to stop with the merry-go-round that you're on, where you keep inviting like the most toxic people to hop on your ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. Stop. We're all being given this opportunity right now to choose. Are we going to choose to continue to repeat these really crappy cycles that we've had for years on end? I'm kind of being led to feel like some of these cycles for some of us have extended about 15 years prior. So 15 years ago, something happened, and we haven't been able to let that shit go. So here's my logic. Okay. If I didn't do shit about it when it happened, then I need to just let it go. 15 years is a long time to imprison yourself. Okay. To imprison yourself in the same cycle over and over and over. But Emmy, you don't understand. So and so did this. Okay. What have you done about it in 15 years? Nothing? Okay. So leave it the fuck alone. Leave it alone already. I say this as someone who has the capacity to love you beyond your own hard-headedness, right? Leave it alone. Don't even touch it with a 10-foot ugly stick. Leave it the fuck alone. You know what it is? It's toxic. It's poison to you and your heart. Leave it alone. Okay? What I've learned when it comes to things like that, right? What I've learned is the people who participate in these types of ugly situations, they have a tendency to be ugly people. Oh, I said what I said, and I'm not sorry. They have a tendency to be very ugly people. I'm not talking about aesthetics either. See, people who are ugly in that way, they are their own embodiment of punishment. They punish themselves consistently through all the bad decisions they make in life. Let them do that without you. Let them do that without you. Let them continue those ugly situations. I promise you, they'll continue to recruit new people over and over and over. New people, new groups, new situations, all ending the same exact way as the previous thing. Stop participating in that. Let them just be who they are in your absence, right? If you haven't done anything about it yet, forget about it. Seriously, forget about it. Don't bother. Don't bother. You know, I like to remind myself there's like a statute of limitations, right? A statute of limitations. If I haven't done something about it within X amount of years, just like fuck it. Just fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? If I've been able to heal past it and I've been able to initiate cycles of success, of accomplishment, good. That's what I'm going to focus on. I'm not going to divide my attention or my energy just so I can feed these bottomless pits. Those people are bottomless pits. They will never have enough of your energy. You can never fix them. You can never heal them. You can never love them into a space of being whole. Let them be. Leave them alone. Okay? Respect. One of the best ways to respect yourself is to keep your circle small. Make sure the only people that are in that circle are the people who help to expand that circle, who help to expand your awareness of yourself, of your capacity, of your potentiality, right? No more people who are going to keep you locked in the same spaces that you've lived in. This dungeon of an existence needs to stop. There's so much beauty in the world for you to enjoy if only you'd allow yourself to admit there's actually no dungeon. There's only life. Life and the life you choose to live, what you choose to do with that life. That's all there is. That's all there is. Right? You have the ability, you have the power, the authority to choose how you're going to live that. A cycle is ending to make room for something new. Choose what that new thing will be. You have so many options in front of you. These options of what you're going to fill your time, your space with, right? So, no. What do you mean you don't know? Someone's like, well, I don't know. You do know. You're afraid to know. But that doesn't mean you don't know. There's a difference. There's a lot of things in my life that I'm afraid to know. That doesn't mean I don't know. I do know. Absolutely. I know. I know a lot of the details of my life and how it will unfold. I don't want to know. So I pretend that I don't know. There's a huge difference between actually not knowing. There's a huge difference. Let me tell you. Right? Huge difference. Ooh. Ooh, that's powerful. Let me. It's hard to forgive myself for thinking negativity is all I deserve because it's what I knew and I was in denial of how comfortable I was with that. I'm working on self-love and boundaries. Carla, who convinced you you needed to forgive yourself for being in a process of learning? There's nothing to forgive there. You struggle to forgive yourself because you don't need forgiveness. You need forward progression. Forward progression is not just going forward. You have the steering wheel, so you can go forward to the left, forward to the right, forward up, forward down, however the heck you want. Hi, Nisa. Hi, Nisa. So I think this is such a powerful sentiment because so many of us go through this where we're in this process of, I need to learn to forgive myself. For what? For learning? For growing? For being in the lessons that your soul has chosen for you in order to reach this level of awareness of, you know, I'm comfortable being uncomfortable, and now I don't really want to be comfortable there, right? You don't need to forgive yourself. You need to heal beyond the guilt, beyond the shame that was placed upon you by someone else, whether it's a specific person or just your general environment. Maybe you saw someone spiritual talking about things of how you should be ashamed, and the only way to fix it is to buy a session. You don't need to buy shit. You don't. You really, really don't. I have tons of sessions. How many people how many people have I told you need this, this, and this, or else? I'm like, well, I feel like you could get through it. It'll be easier if you select these type of sessions, but I mean, do you need it? Meh. If you want to facilitate whatever it is that you're trying to learn, yeah, it could help. Do you need it? Sometimes things are so intense and we've lost sight of the most um, potent parts of us that, yeah, a session would definitely help. But is it something where it's like you have to get, no, you don't have to do shit. You don't. You don't have to do anything. You pick and choose the way you'll experience whatever it is that you're needing to experience. And I exist with my services to facilitate whatever it is you're wanting to accomplish with your spiritual development. Is it necessary? I mean, parasitic extractions, are they necessary? Well, yeah, if you want to get rid of that, then yeah. But do you have to? No, you can always choose to keep it. I mean, you've dealt with it for how long? I'd say about 95% of the world has a parasitic circumstance. Yeah. So what does that mean? It means, hey, if you don't got the budget for a parasitic extraction, save your money for your food, for your rent, for your utilities. That shit could probably wait. I mean, you've dealt with it for how long? I'm sure you've had that for a while. Keep dealing with it for a little bit longer until you have the budget to do the work that needs to be done. But do you need to do it right now? No. You are in full control of your life. You are literally in full control of your life. And what has happened over the years that you've been living is that there have been people who have been successful in convincing you that you're not enough. Is that the truth? No, no, it's not. You've always been enough for every stage and phase you've existed in. Now, yes, there are times where you probably could benefit from some help from someone who has gone through it and can take care of that efficiently. Does that mean you're incapable? No. I've just found that for most of us, it's not for you being incapable. It's not because of that. It's because you're afraid to invest in yourself, the time it would take to learn. So for me personally, there's a program that I was super interested in, right? I'm still super interested in it. I'm talking to my husband about it. Um, and he's like, "You don't have time." And I'm like, "I would need to make time." I would need to make time. And then he's like, "What about all your sessions? You're booked out how many months?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I would need to speak to the coordinator for the program and see when they're doing their once a week lessons. And I would need to make time. I would need to figure that out." And he's like, and again, I was telling him, like, this is information. If I get certified in this, this is information that I could share when we have the soul sanctuary, up and running. This is definitely information that I can teach to all of the residents there, and we could have workshops, and I could teach people as well if they want to come and visit for the day or whatever. And he's like, how about when the sanctuary is finally open, they can go ahead and take the classes themselves? At which point I was like, but I want to fucking learn it too. But I want to know it too. I'm not just like doing this for the sanctuary. Like, I want it for my own personal enrichment. And yeah, no, it's an investment. Absolutely. I'm looking at the syllabus and it's like, yep, I like that. 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 Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, that one. I want to learn that. I want to learn that. I want to learn that. I look at their list of books for their, their material for the class, and it's like, that's a lot of books. I like it. And I was thinking I could just get those books and teach myself, but like, yeah, no, I'm capable of teaching myself about herbalism and all of that. I already know quite a bit about it, but that's not what I'm craving. I'm craving the learning in a community setting, so I have to make a decision soon. Am I willing to invest in myself in that way? Program's not cheap. It's not cheap. But here's the thing, I'm not paying for books. I'm paying for one-on-one time with an entire community of people who have the same interests as me, with teachers who have decades of experience. So the question is not, is the program worth it? Because I think it's like $1,400 or something like that. The question is not, is the program worth it? It's, how afraid am I to invest in myself? And that's what I'm still debating. How afraid are you to invest in yourself? How many times have you given up your dreams because you were afraid of the investment it takes in yourself? No matter what, you're going to spend money. That's how humans function. No matter what, the money you earn will be spent at some point on something or someone. When was the last time you spent on yourself to ensure proper growth, proper development? When was the last time? When was the last time you felt you were worth the investment? See, when you don't believe you're worth the investment, what you're actually believing is that you will fail. And that's why it will be a waste of money, because you will fail because you believe you fail everything that you put your mind to. Oh, no. No, you only fail at the things that weren't right for you. That's what you fail at. Being a caricature of who you are, allowing other people to convince you that you should do this, this, and this, because that's what they've decided you're going to be. It's more than just your parents that does this. You know that, right? It's more than just your parents that do this. It's your entire environment. So, once upon a time, I wholeheartedly believed that I was destined to become a world-renowned cardiothoracic surgeon with a secondary emphasis in neurology. Yeah. Yeah, no. No. I believe that so wholeheartedly because I had the most steady hand ever. I could do pinstriping. Um, I had a proclivity to learn massive amounts of medical information. And I almost committed to that. That would have been an overwhelming financial obligation. the amount of schooling involved, the cost. And at one point I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit myself to this because I'm worth it. I'm intelligent enough. I'm committed enough. I have the drive. And then I went ahead and I enrolled myself in the distance courses at UC Berkeley so that I could fulfill all of my lower educational units, my credits, in order to matriculate to Stanford University. And then I realized, what am I doing? I don't want to be a surgeon. I don't. I don't want to be in a system that would never give me the permission to be who I am. And I came to the realization, if I ever decided to totally pursue that and earn my medical license, I would lose that license within the first month because I would not stop. I would not hesitate to do what my patients need, not what insurance companies tell me, not what allopathic medicine tells me is a limitation of what I can do. And then I decided, oh, you know what? Maybe it's the wrong field. Maybe what I need is not traditional medical school, but to apply to Bastyr University and become a naturopathic doctor. And I could have multiple specialties. But I don't even want to be confined by that. Because again, you would need licensure, right? In order to be an ND, you would need to have the licensure. Did you know, and my mother made me aware of this because she got sick and tired of me starting programs and ending them. My mother and my aunts, they're all in the medical field. My whole family's in the medical field. One day I was visiting my aunt and she was like, did your mom ever tell you? I was like, tell me what? You could challenge the boards. And I was like, what? What do you mean? You like to argue anyways. Challenge the boards. I was like, what does that even mean? Like, literally, what does that even mean? She's like, well, you know so much. You learn all the time. You're teaching yourself all of this stuff. Why don't you just challenge the boards? I was like, what does that mean? Oh, you don't need the education. You've already, no, you don't need the degree. You've already learned so much. Why don't you just take the NCLEX? I was like, the nursing test? She's like, yeah. Because I don't want to. Yeah. Did you know that? I don't know if that information is outdated at this point because it's maybe like 10, 15 years ago. But apparently you could just challenge the licensing board. You can take the test. If you could pass the test, then you've passed. And that's what I came to the realization. Motherfucker, I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a doctor. I just want to be myself. You see, all of the things that I've learned because I was literally groomed to be a medical professional, it wasn't to become a medical professional. It was to support my growing body of knowledge and wisdom for the truth of what I'm meant to be. That cycle had to end in order for the real cycle, my real life, to be born, to come to fruition. What am I supposed to be? Exactly what I am right now, just myself. What does that mean? Well, I'm a medical intuitive, first and foremost. Secondly, with my extensive knowledge of medical things, I'm also a morphogenetic repatterning person. What's that mean? Well, I'm very well versed in quantum quantic science. That means I can access your etheric code. I could rewrite that for you. It's the distortions within your etheric codes that create dis-ease, which then translates into symptomatic presentation of that energetic dis-ease, disharmony, which then eventually, if left unattended, becomes diseases that allopathic medicine tries to kind of not fix, because they're not actually fixing you. And that's when I realized that's why I'm not meant to be a part of any medical boards of any kind, whether it's naturopathic medicine or allopathic medicine. Those are still limited in comparison to the capacity that I have within me, that I was born with, not taught, but was born with. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not just sharing stories about my life. I'm telling you everything you need, you are born with. And you spend your life cultivating those gifts if you allow yourself to be honest about what parts of you are a gift. So, how does this translate? Well, I don't have any governing board that prevents me from doing what I need to do. That would explain why I'm born with such an insane level of integrity. Whatever allopathic medicine can't do, I can. Whatever naturopathic medicine can't do, I can. It's a limitless potential, a potential that I was born to fulfill. Whether I fight it, whether I flow with it is irrelevant. I will fulfill that potential because that's what I was created to do. What were you born to do? What type of potential lives inside you? We're taught by society that if it comes easy to you, then it can't be something that, is worth your while. It's just a hobby. Do you know how many of my hobbies I've been able to monetize and create a decent income to support my family? Did you know the work that I do right now, it's a hobby? It's a hobby that has birthed 4 corporations. You know why it's birthed 4 corporations? Because I'm tired of playing small. I'm tired of pretending that the work I do doesn't carry the gravity that it carries. The same thing applies for you. What do you do that you've believed there's no gravity to what you do? Your purpose does not always have to save the world. My purpose is not to save the world. I don't know what my purpose is. I'm just very distinctly aware that I live that purpose day in and day out, regardless of my level of awareness. The same applies for you. You live your purpose day in and day out, regardless of whether or not you're aware of that purpose. You have everything within you that you will need to fulfill the purpose you were created to fulfill. So, what is it that you need to do? You need to close out that cycle. Whatever that cycle is, it needs to be allowed to close out. And then you probably need to give yourself the time and the space to mourn the potential life that you thought was for you before you realize that you have no idea who you are yet, because this entire time you've been living as a caricature of all the different peoples that all of these other peoples have told you you should be. This comment right here. Nisa says, after moving from Hawaii, I've been so lost. I'm trying to find my purpose now. Being lost is one of the most powerful places to exist. Why? Well, then let me tell you. When you are lost, that opens you up to the awareness of the questions that need to be asked in order to receive the answers you are seeking. You will not ask what your purpose is until you feel lost and purposeless. Right? right? So, what do we need to do? We have to, again, allow that cycle to end. Allow ourselves to be opened, to a space of something new. Let's see. Okay. We think that whatever our purpose is, it has to be something that shines. It has to be something that's celebrated by other people. I did not step into my realization, my developing realization of my purpose until things got real dark and people were more than just not celebrating me. They were actively attacking me and cyberbullying me. I did not open to my potentiality until I, as the seed that I am, a seed, right? Until I, as a seed that I am, was buried by the very people who claimed to love me. That was the single most beautiful thing groups of strangers could have done for me. Attempt to bury me and my purpose, bury my voice, bury my existence. Bitches, all you did was plant me. And it was my own tears that watered me, that developed, that encouraged and developed the growth of my roots. And it was the light of my truth that gave me an awareness of the difference between up and down. It gave me a sense of the direction I needed to go. See, people want to, when we come to this analogy of plants and trees, there's people want to be the oak tree, right? Because it's big, it's a mustard seed, and big mustard tree, oak tree, and whatever all of these like huge things are, right? You can easily chop that bitch down. I'm saying you could chop that down, it's dead. That's it. It's dead. You know what I am? I'm bull thistle. I come equipped with thorns. I carry with me the most potent metaphysical purpose. The best part about being a bull thistle, which people consider that a weed, right? The best part of it is the fact that once I start growing, you're never getting rid of my ass. Yeah, I grow in every terrain. I believe I can be found on every single continent. Every state that I've been in, and I've been to, I want to say like 45 states. I want to say like 45. I've seen bull thistle. I've made it a point to look for bull thistle in the different states that I've traveled through. All of them have bull thistle. It doesn't matter the elevation. Okay. So, guys, I have a little bit of an urgent thing that I have to get to. I have to cut the reading short. For all of you who are part of the Soul Sanctuary.love, the recurring recurring contributor, I'm going to be going live over there in about 40 minutes. We're going to be doing our exclusive chat. Go meet me over there. Just sign in, log in, and you'll see me there in a few. Also, if you're not yet a part of the Soul Sanctuary.love, where we have exclusive chats, consider signing up. Go to Soul Sanctuary.love, and it's a recurring contribution. It gives you access. Thank you, Lindsay. It gives you access to the exclusive areas. It is not a membership. Whatever you choose to contribute, it goes directly towards my church and nonprofit, Soulwork Synergistics. So that's kind of like a way we say thank you. You have access to the private ministry area. I got to get going, guys. I will see you there in about 40 minutes or so. Go check it out and sign up if you haven't already. Bye, everyone. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already subscribed. Please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.